Okay, so before we get started, I just wanted to go over what's all included in the kit and what we need today to do our test of the compost. So when you buy the kit initially, it comes with all you see here. It comes with vials, mini pipettes, a sieve for getting clumps and rocks and sticks out of your soil samples, a 9.5 milliliter vial they use to measure water or compost tea, a syringe to collect your sample in to measure it accurately, electric whisk to mix the reagent in, an extra whisk, and then a little soil tool. And it also comes with the reagent and these little cards that you put the drops on at the end. So today I'm also using, I have a little bit of water that I'm going to use 9.5 mils of, and then my hummus that I collected from a local forest. It's beautiful dark hummus. It's just gorgeous, and I found it one day and I went back and collected a little bit of it. So I'm going to test this, and I've tested this compost before, so this will be the second test to just kind of compare the results, which is something you can do. So I also tested a different compost, and you can compare them, and then pick the one with the higher microbial life, because that'll be better for your garden. And so it's a way that you can kind of test soils and test composts and test earthworm castings for microbes, and so that you're more educated about what you're putting in your garden. So let's go ahead and get started with this test. Okay, so for today's soil test, since I'm doing this forest compost, I just have some water that we're going to use to mix into a solution. I'm going to use the syringe that comes in the kit. I'm going to use one of the vials that comes in the kit. I don't need to sieve this material because it's already pretty clean. And then I'm also going to use a pipette and one of the reagents and one of the cards. So the first thing we got to do is prep the vial with the reagent. So the reagent is a powder, and this helps break up the microbes within the solution, get them off of the particles and into the solution so we can test them. Okay, reagent is in. Okay, so I also have the directions printed out just to make sure, especially when I haven't used it in a while, so that I know I'm doing the right steps. So it says to next add water. So we do the 9.5 milliliter vial. I'm going to fill it up to the brim and then dump it into the vial with the reagent. Let that sit. Now we have to collect our hummus material. So it says to use the syringe and get about 1 mil of the sifted material. So I'm at the 1 mil, and then you basically kind of press it to compress it in there and get it down to the 0.5 mil line, and then take off that top little bit. So now it's a compressed material. And then we add that to the vial with the reagent and the water. And now we're going to use our electric mixer and mix it for 30 seconds. And that'll help, that breaks all the microbes off of the material and puts them in solution so that we can measure them. So let's do that. Alright, the material is fully mixed. And now we set the vial down and let it sit for 5 minutes. When we come back, we'll tap it to get any big chunks, any floaters to start sinking down, and then let it sit for another 15 minutes. So I'll be back in 5. Okay, we're at 5 minutes. So I'm just going to give the vial a quick little flicks with my fingers to get any floaters to start sinking down. And then we're going to give it 15 more minutes to let the particles fall to the bottom and the microbes stay in solution. So we'll be back in 15. Okay, hey guys, so we got a few minutes left on this settling, but I wanted to go quickly over the app. So they have an app, it's a free app, Microbiometer. And when you go into the app to do your test, you hit start the test, and then you have to pick what you're testing. So the choices are soil, container soil, compost, compost tea, or compost extract. And it's important to pick the correct one because they figure out differently. So one time I did a compost tea as a compost, and the numbers came out super high. And Microbiometer let me know that I probably did it wrong, and I noticed that I did. So today we're doing a compost, and then you can label it whatever you want. So this will be forest humus. And then once this is done settling, we're going to grab our mini pipette, go about a 1/2 inch in the middle of the vial, and suck some up, and then put 3 drops on a card. So I'll get the card ready, be in the center of the card, and then you just use the app to basically kind of take a picture of it, and it tells you instantly your results. So I'll wait for this to finish and then we'll get going. We're going to go ahead and get our sample. Let me show you real quick. So all the sediment has sunk to the bottom, and we have the microbes that are in the solution. So go about a 1/2 inch in the middle, try not to suck up any chunks, and then we do 3 drops on the card and let them sink in between drops. So we got 1, 2, 3. And now we use the app to take a picture. There's a little square in the app that you line up with the square on the card, and you slowly go down until the squares match up. And so what's crazy about this app, take a picture and it can tell with over 95% accuracy how many microbes are in your soil. It's just crazy. Okay, that one was kind of weird. Okay, so this comes up with 906 micrograms of carbon per gram, 63% fungi and 37% bacteria with a 1.7 to 1 ratio, and it's in the good to excellent range with bacteria and middle range of fungi to bacterial ratio. So that was it. It takes about 25 minutes. You could test your soils. You got all these vials. You could do multiple tests. You just have to have the reagent and the card, which you can reorder through microbiometer.com, I believe. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy and learn something. And if you did, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. That keeps me motivated to make these videos. And thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time.